Hey everyone, welcome to the Outlet Podcast channel. My name is Gazy, and I'm the host of the Outlet Podcast right back there, as well as my vlogs here on YouTube. My audio content, where you can listen to all of my acoustic sessions, my actual podcast audio content, my spark plug episodes, and I think there's like a couple other things that I do audio wise, specifically for the audio. That's all on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, and Blubrry. Blubrry. Google will be doing something that I'm like, they're going to be adding a podcast section in the music store so you can subscribe. And if you choose to use Google, use Google. So, this is episode 2 of How I Met Her. Now, this is a brand new series that I'm introducing. Because I was inspired by some comments that came from YouTube. So I want to share my love story and how I met my wife. So yeah, boom, there you go. So the one story that happened, it occurred after okay. So one day, I guess we were like, she knew that I was interested, but I was still kind of new to her. There's a lot. There's so much. There's gonna be tons of episodes here, but she knew that I was interested in her. So I don't think she was ready at that point to be dating. Something of note that my wife had never dated anyone before, had never kissed anybody before, except yours truly. So yeah, I was her first for everything. So, th- like one day, she's like, "We need to talk." So I'm like, "All right, I get to see her. I get to see her before school. Awesome." At that point, I was going to Florida College of Natural Health because I was studying to be a massage therapist. Now that coincided because she was also a student at UCF studying pre med. So I had there massage therapy. There's some medical aspects of massage therapy, contraindications and things that I need to know about the human, about the striations of the muscle, the flow of lymph, and all that stuff. So I would always talk to her. So she says we need to talk. So this is before me going to school. I'm in my uniform. I'm looking a little good. So I go to see her, and we sit down at a like, what was it? We sat down at this place. This place. What was it called? We sat down at this ice cream place, Cold Stone. I always say Stone Cold, Stone Cold, but it was Cold Stones. Cold Stone. So we went in, we got some ice cream. I think she had something with fudge. My wife loves chocolate. She loves chocolate. I was trying to impress her at that time. So I didn't want to be like chocolate chip cookie dough monster crazy. The one thing I like at Cold Stone is the cookie don't you want some. I love cookie don't you want some. So I didn't get that. I was like, all right, let me get something a little lighter with fruit to impress her. So I ended up getting like this ice cream that had like strawberries. I think it was like a strawberry cheesecake kind of thing, because whatever it was, it had blueberries, strawberries, banana pieces, so it looked healthy. So I was like, all right, cool. And we get into a talk, and she's telling me that she doesn't want to date anyone. Yeah. When she told me that, she's like, I'm not ready. I don't want to date anybody. I don't want to get your hopes up. She told me that. And I was like, mm. So I was pretty kind of upset. Like, as a guy, when a guy invests a certain amount of time in a girl and he doesn't see any type of return on his investment, it's a little disheartening. Now, like, a gentleman shouldn't expect to, like I wasn't trying to have sex with her or anything, like Like sex is, in my opinion, sex should be for marriage, in marriage only. It shouldn't be done outside. That's how that's what I personally think, because there's a lot. If you want to know, I'll talk about it possibly in my solely and holy segment, section of this vlog, of the next vlog. But yeah, so she cut me down. She was like, I don't want to date anybody. I don't want to get your hopes up. And I was like, I didn't even want to go to class, but she said, go to class. I'm like, bump this. This stinks. Um, the next day, we actually had to go down towards Miami. And in Miami, I'm involved in a church council. And in church councils, all of the churches like come together as a network, and we're able to do better things. Like if we can give out more money to the missionaries that go from our council to other countries. So instead of one church just giving, one church collects all the offering. Like all the churches collect their own offerings, and it's all this massive amount of funds that we're able to distribute. So it's that's one thing I've learned from this council. So we were going to Miami for a council event for the teenagers, for youth. So they get in this van, and I get in the van, and she gets in the van. I'm trying to ignore her. I got my earbuds. I'm in my own world. I'm like, all right, bump this. I'm gonna be single, dude, and I'm gonna show out. So, I was like, I was saying that I was looking good. I have calves for days. My calves are for days, son, for days. Yo, so I was wearing like these nice shorts, showing off my nice calves. Boom. And I was just like kind of going a little crazy, like just really just like trying to show off, and like that I don't really care. And it was a pretty fun event, like what happened, like we got to play some baseball, and I got like this nasty home run. I'm not lying, not lying. The dude, the pastor of the other church, very fit for his age, a very fit guy in Miami, the pastor, and he threw a pitch. I murdered the ball, murdered it. Now that I think about it, why did I do that? I don't know. That ball flew, ping, you heard it. And there is a picture of me. I look so swole, so swole. I look like an idiot because what I got a pair of aviators on. I think aviators on, a puka shell necklace. I was that guy. I used to have a puka shell necklace. And I had a lei. I think I had the lei like wrapped around my head, and I just like whipped this ball. Like it was funny. Ran around the bases barefoot because I had a pair of like sandals on for the whole thing. So I was like, oh man. So I had to go through the whole thing with sandals. So I had fun at the event nonetheless. But at that point, that's what she told me. So I'm gonna leave that like this, because I think every story is not gonna be like a success story, but the success is right here, boom. And if you've seen the thumbnail image, it's a really nice picture of her and myself at our wedding. So this was my second episode of the Solely and Holy segment. Oh, darn. Not the Solely and Holy. This is the second episode in How I Met Her. And you can continue watching. If you like and subscribe to this channel, you'll get all the info, and you'll get like constantly feeds. I'm rambling because that's what love does. It makes you lightheaded. So you guys, my name's Gazy. Find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Outlet Podcast. Like and subscribe there. I'm on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, and Blubrry. You can listen right back there. And where else? Here on YouTube, just like, subscribe, comment below. Unlike my story, not everything is a home run. I'll say that. When it comes to dating, it's not about a home run every time. You just have to get hits and get on base. I'll leave you with that. Don't try to go for the home run all the time. Just try to get a hit and go to the next base. It it's a process. There's 9 innings or something like that. I don't like baseball. I kind of don't. So I prefer soccer. I'm a huge soccer fan. So it's about the 9 innings, and it's just about getting on base. This has been the Outlet Podcast. Connect and recharge.